my Discord. So, let me put it in my Discord. Oh, god damn it. I put it in my Discord, you can see it. I tried to force the lid closed, but the smoke kept leaking out of it regardless. It was almost as if inside the box was set on fire. Suddenly the smoke surrounding my hand seemed to seep into my skin. I screamed out loud and dropped the box. For a split second I saw a large shadow escape the box. My face went pale. I glanced back at the box. It was empty and clear of smoke. On the floor was a silver cross necklace and a note. Hope, from a fool who opened the box too and sealed it again. What? I was still shivering. I looked down at my hand, but there was nothing unusual about it. What just happened? Resume, what did you give me? Ah! She looked dazed as I was. That's why I couldn't open it. Her eyes, oh, did she just curse me? Why did you do it? Her eyes looked surprised, yet her mouth formed a smile. It was not long before she let out a laugh. I hesitantly called her name a few times before she turned her attention to me. Where did you get that box? It's a long story. I didn't anticipate this, honestly. You saw that thing escaped, right? Maybe we should go after it and put it back in. I'm sorry, Shadow. Are you little... No, she cursed you, bruh. I didn't know what to do. I eventually examined the box to make sure it was safe before picking it up. She cursed you. That night I could not sleep. Countless questions popped into my head. While I was staring at the ceiling, I noticed my environment became larger. I raised my hand, but instead of a hand, in front of me was a small paw with dark fur, similar to a cat. It mimicked any movements I made, almost as if my own limbs. I had tried to sit up, but for some reason I had to roll myself over onto my stomach just to do that. A quick glance in the mirror on the other side of my room proved that my whole body had transformed into a small creature. I don't like her. What am I supposed to do? It must be because of that box. That's right. Rasumi gave it to me. She must know how to undo this, right? I did not know how long I stared at the mirror before I passed out. The next morning I woke up as my usual self. I decided to pay Rasumi for a visit at her place. I felt nervous after pressing the doorbell. What if she isn't home? Would she still talk to me after that happened? She better. Maybe she knows nothing about it either. Who else could I ask about this? Oh, Karado! I gulped at her sudden voice. Now that I was already here, I might as well ask. About yesterday. Come in, let's talk inside. Upon looking closer, I noticed the dark bags around her eyes. She did not seem like her usual cheerful self. Her place was tidy and quiet. One of those few things I knew that she lived alone. I know what you want to ask. It feels pointless to tell you all, though. The girl rubbed her head, looking at my sad face. She let out a loud sigh and averted her eyes. I saw the box from the priest. He was practicing rituals and purification. I thought the box had something powerful locked inside that could be useful. No, I don't like you. If that's the past self of us or whatever. No. What were you going to use it for? For something? I was mostly curious though. In case you were wondering, anyone could have opened that box. You were just there at the right time. It wasn't personal. I thought we were friends. How could you do this to me? It was an accident. A hater. I felt my eyes filling up with tears, with a heavy weight lingering in my chest. Suddenly, there was a bright light and my body shrunk into the same small creature I saw in the mirror last night. Not again. Ritsumi blinked at me, bemused, and realization dawned on her face. That time the transformation only lasted a few seconds before I turned back to normal. I see, it's a curse from the box. How do you revert it? I'm not a witch. I'd have to experiment with curses to know. Oh? Ritsumi held up her palm, then used her other hand to pull out a cane from it. Almost looked like a magic trick, except I had a creepy feeling it was no illusion. Her eyes were so cold. I stared at her in confusion. I had never seen this side of her. I stayed up late at night to practice something. I can't guarantee you anything, but if you'd like to try, I would rather not take such risk. I prefer going to the priest myself. Don't. Ritsumi narrowed her eyes slightly, lifted her cane. I won't say anything about you. They won't find out who you took the box. Yes, they will. These people are not dumb. A single hint could lead to the root. My offer still stands. If you'd rather not do it today, you can always come back anytime you want. Or even better, just forget what happened. No, you're dumb. Holy shit, Ritsumi. I will take care of the thing that escaped from the box. Ritsumi gave me a reassuring smile. I left her place and went to the library. Ritsumi did not tell me much of what I can do. It might be better to do things on my own. A few hours passed and the sky was already dark. By the time I left the library, I found a few books regarding sorcery and curses, but there was nothing related to the mysterious box. Since Ritsumi can't help, it's really the best to ask the owner of the box. The next day I headed to the temple in the forest. I did not know who to look for, but there was one person around. The man was sleeping and muttering to himself, "The box, the dangerous box." I approached him carefully, guessing he was the priest whom Ritsumi stole the box from. I did not speak about the box, as Ritsumi told me to. You should have. But I did try to get more information regarding this cursing. The man also taught me a few simple spells that I can ward off evil presence. He was gently kind, and I felt like returning to learn new things. The following days, I went to the temple whenever I had free time. The The priest was unusually occupied, but he always made time for me. I considered coming clean about the box and brought the necklace with me as proof, but I never found the right moment to do so. Oh shit, what the fuck? Don't do that scary thing! No! One day I returned from the temple and I saw some strange shadows passing by in a alley just like I saw. I did not bat an eye at it. I rushed home to get home as soon as possible. Greta. The unfamiliar voice made me turn on impulse. Hi. There was an optimistic expression on Rizumi's face and her eyes were shining. She had a cane in her hand, the same one I saw when I first went to her for help with the curse. Without another word, I ran as fast as I could. She kept calling my name as she pursued me. As I looked behind, what I saw rendered me speechless. She has wings? Is she an angel or something? Focus, Corrado. My house is closed. If I locked the door, she shouldn't be able to catch me. Suddenly I ran into someone and almost fell to the ground. After regaining my bearings, I extended my hand to the person I bumped into, Tenchi. I'm sorry. Tenchi? The heck? Where are you running away from? Oh no. Before I could answer, Rasumi was already catching up. She threw her cane at us. I cowered down and hid behind Tenchi. A loud gasp made me open my eyes. No! I held my breath as I stared at my friend's back. The end of Rasumi's cane had stuck out, having to completely pierce through his torso. Blood was already pouring out. Tenchi fell on his knees at first, before his entire body collapsed. A few seconds later, his teary eyes were looking at me, but already stopped moving. I was so speechless I did not notice a large shadow landing in front of me. I looked at Rasumi's surprised expression. Without a fraction of a second, my vision turned black and I felt like I was getting sucked into the darkness. The last thing I heard was an unknown male shouting in the distance. What happened? What is going on? What? I woke up from the sunlight shining in my face. My body was so heavy, I could not move an inch. I'm in my bunny form again. I inspect my environment, but no one was around. It was the same place, but it felt a bit different. Tenchi is not here. And did Razumi spare me after all? Oh no. It's into the future. I didn't think I would pass out. What time is it? There's a high-pitched voice nearby, then out of nowhere, the little girl knelt before me. Whoa, you're all worn out. Let me help you. Please hang in there. The two gentle hands picked me up. I could not even struggle as the person held me tightly in their arms. We moved, oh, it looks like Kate from Life is Strange. We moved to a bench. She petted the dust off my fur. Her hands were gentle and warm. She took a bottle of water from her bag and gave me some as it was as she could read my mind. I forgot my worries and let myself enjoy the moment. I forgot all the words, yeah. I wish I'd stay like this forever. After my energy was replenished, she put me down and left me in the park. I could not let my chance slip by and hopped after her. She ignored me at first and then let me follow. I was brought to a room. I suppose that was hers. Wait here, Bunny. I'm going to get you some food. After she was gone, I looked around. I know everyone in this village, but why have I never seen this girl before? She seemed to be around my age, so she should go to the same school as me. I caught a glimpse of the calendar at her desk and I realized something was wrong. The date is different. The numbers are way higher than it should be. The date must be wrong. My head was hurting from trying to understand the situation. This blood chart and water for you. After entering the room, the girl put the food in front of me and smiled brightly. There was something nice about her that made me feel at ease. As I began eating, my worries faded away. It was us! Oh my goodness! Oh, you look cute while eating. By the way, my name's Guy. What should I call you? There's no tag or collar. She rubbed my chin and leaned down towards me. I stopped to look at her for a moment, my heart skipping a beat. Are you a girl? I shook my head heavily in response. Haha, okay. You're a boy. Can I call you Kuda? 'Cause you're cute. I pointed my ear at the name. She almost guessed my real name correctly. She continued to talk to me even though I could not give much of an answer. I wonder how you ended up at the park alone. Could you be a missing pet? Judging from this cross necklace. When she tried to examine the necklace, I dodged her hands. She tried again, but I kept avoiding her. So I snuggled against her. Oh, you're too cute. She stuck to my side for the rest of the day, while her pampering made me relax. I kept worrying that I would suddenly transform right in front of her. I knew I couldn't stay for long. My transformation would only get in the way. I snuck out when Sky did not look. Leaving the girl would make her sad, but I had no choice. It did not take long before I figured out that I jumped the station because I had no clear backgrounds. They decided me. I'm looking at my channel. Because the dashboard stream manager keeps replaying the thing and I'm just making sure. Oops. Back. After some time, I quickly figured out the curse for transformation would happen at specific times and only temporary. I could never fully control when or where it would happen, but I've gotten better at hiding it. I frequently practiced what the priest had taught me, honing my skill enough that I could hold my own if I were ever had a supernatural encounter. There was a lot of legends that popped up during the years about ghosts, demons, and guardians. As it turns out, they were most kinds of supernatural than the angel last time. Thanks to Chain, a hunter I met because our parents being colleagues, I understood more about them. Years passed by, and I managed to climb the ranks of the police force, and eventually I was given a promotion. I wanted to become an investigator for justice to save people. It felt like a dream come true. Congratulations, Corrado, you earned this rank. Soon you might be an special investigator, big boy. Thanks. That takes some decades. That will take some decades. I'm not particularly talented, but it's all hard work. There is another boy around your age, about the same section. His name is Chain. He is not much of a social butterfly, but I hope you get along. Yes, sir. After the promotion, I got invited to training camp. I met a girl named Pettico. She was my first partner. It was nice to talk to someone with similar goals. By the way, the two of you will be working under two special investigators on a mission. Lately, there has been a few reports of a man-eating demon in the forest. It was probably caused by something else. I suggest not taking it too literal. Ideally, the goal is to confirm that the rumors are false and calm down the villagers. The village. I expect good things from you both. I'm capable of it, sir. The two officers older than us entered the room then. Even though they introduced themselves, their names did not stand out much to me. Investigators usually work in pairs, but this was the first and the last time I did. One of our seniors was a friendly woman, the other was more of a grump, his face constantly fixed into a grimace. They filled Petitio and I about the demon reports as well. Reports as well as the agenda for our now we were going to patrol the spot in the forest where the demon had been spotted. After the briefing, we headed to the forest with the investigator leading the way. I hesitated for a bit at the entrance, but my partner patted my shoulder before we entered. It seemed like she could tell I had never been in this environment before. I did my best to look confident in front of my seniors. As we went deeper into the forest, the seniors went off the path, and I had no clue about the direction. I just followed them. There was nothing really extraordinary in this environment. Suddenly, I saw a familiar shadow in the distance. Maybe there was nothing, but we should head back to the office. We are not going unless I say so. We haven't explored the west side yet. Come on, Carol. Don't look so tense. Besides, walking around a forest is definitely better than those training squats back at camp. Panic only built within me every time I turn around, a shadow seeming to get closer. When I turned around, my partner was no longer beside me. Pateco? The investigators widened their eyes, both called her name. There was no response. Greta, you should head back to camp and report. Report what? If she's a real officer, she can find her way back on her own. The female senior briefly shot him a glare and turned back to me. Listen, go back and tell the chief Petitlo got lost in the forest. Don't listen to her. We should finish the mission first. It surprised me that they started arguing. I glanced around. The shadow was gone by now. Following my guide, I began headed back. Hey! The man tried to stop me, but she held him back. Something told me the situation was dire. Oh no! After running back, I entered the office to see someone on the floor. Underneath his body was a pool of blood. When I tried to approach him, a gunshot boomed in my ear. Pain instantly burst in my shoulder, and I was thrown forward to the ground. I thought you were on a mission. What's that idiot doing? The person turned away from me for the moment. Ah, officer? There was footsteps behind me, shuffling towards the office. With a hand over my bleeding shoulder, I struggled to sit up, trying to see what was going on. A man in uniform was by a desk, rummaging through something. Within seconds, I understood what he was doing. He's stealing the donation. He mentioned something else. The first thing that came to mind was an investigator who tried to keep us in the forest. I can only assume they were working together. I should report this to the higher-ups. This pain is so hard to prepare. With my great arm, I slowly reached for my gun in my inner pocket. The man must have kept an eye on me because he suddenly turned in my direction. He kicked me hard in the stomach, causing me to roll back. I held my breath and saw his gun pointed at me. Without any words, he reloaded it and prepared to pull the trigger. Time seemed to slow down, and whenever around me shrank after a burst of light. My opponent was totally dazed at what happened, and I turned the opportunity to escape. I returned to the forest to find my superiors, but both of them were gone. At the same time, my transformation became more inconsistent, so my ability to return to the village. I ended up spending weeks in the forest to investigate. The male investigator had probably killed his partner and fled. As the time passed, negative rumors were spread around me. Everyone thought I killed my partner and the higher-ups. After collecting enough evidence, I managed to track down the missing investigator. He had hidden my co-worker's corpse in his attic, which was enough to prove him guilty. Blah, blah. Oh, damn. So I turned him in and got that promotion to special investigator. Kira buried his face into his hand. I wrapped my arms around him and gently stroked his back. It's difficult when people you know are involved. I admitted that during the story, Kuroda's life was one unfortunate event after the other. If I had known, I would have done so much more back in my childhood. He looks up and touches my cheek. I realize it's wet. Why are you crying? Oh dear, I knew I shouldn't have told you. No, you should have told me this earlier. I thought something bad was going to happen to Bunny. I couldn't sleep for days. I'm sorry. Don't make me worry so much. Carlo gives me a casual smile and a nod. Time passes peacefully until the day of the school ball. Okay, we're gonna call it there. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Come join my Discord, and you'll be alerted when I'm live. Thank you guys. Bye.